Is clean eating bad for you? Let's dive into this. Clean eating is going to be different from person to person, and how we all define it is also going to be different. For example, potatoes. Some people think that sweet potatoes, i.e., like the orangey kind, are clean, and white potatoes are bad, or brown rice is good and white rice is bad, or whole grain bread is good and anything white is bad. Some people don't even think that having any starches is clean eating. Some people think that only eating meat is clean eating. Some people think that eating only a vegetable source is clean eating. So what is clean eating? It's going to be different from person to person, but generally speaking, it's whole foods. Whole foods that you get from nature in its natural source, minimally processed or no process at all. Now, this is going to provide you the most nutrition bang for your buck for sure, because honestly, what is made in nature, i.e. what God makes, is going to be the most wholesome and fruitful for our bodies, no pun intended. So that is going to be the best food. But if you only have a clean diet, that can cause some problems. What are you talking about? How can eating whole, healthy, wholesome foods cause any problems? Are you crazy? No, I'm not crazy. The reason is because when people have a clean diet, they will often eliminate whole food sources that can cause some dietary issues. For example, people that are on a clean diet will sometimes eliminate dairy, and then they have a whole host of deficiencies in their vitamins and minerals because of that lack of dairy and grains and beans and legumes. This is often seen with bodybuilders. I know about this because I competed in bodybuilding 4 times and I've been through prep 4 times. Actually more, because some of them, one of the shows I wasn't able to do because of COVID. But the reason it's a problem is because when you eliminate these food groups, it can result in significant deficiencies. And these deficiencies are very common in bodybuilders. They will often have major mineral deficiencies because of their very restrictive and clean diet. The major deficiencies that bodybuilders suffer from are deficiencies in B12, vitamin D, iron deficiencies, zinc deficiencies, omega-3 fatty acid deficiencies, and calcium deficiencies. Vitamin B12 and iron, for example, is very high in red meats. So if you're eliminating those red meats, you could be deficient in B12 and iron. You're going to see this a lot with vegans. They need to be very careful about not being deficient in B12 and iron. And like I said, if you're ever eliminating red meats because you want to be healthy, then realize that these values might be lower and you need to make sure that you're compensating for that. Calcium and vitamin D deficiencies can happen if you are eliminating dairy. Like I said, with bodybuilding prep, almost every coach I've ever worked with has recommended eliminating dairy from the diet because it can cause bloating. And I have kind of mixed feelings about that. I feel like if you don't have any sort of dairy intolerances, then you should be fine. But if you do, obviously you want to eliminate it. But just recognize that you're not going to be getting that calcium and that vitamin D that is recommended and needed to make your body work the best possible way. This is a big one, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're a woman over 30. Is zinc and iodine can be very deficient if you are missing whole food groups, especially shellfish. And the reason why it's so important is it's going to help support your thyroid, and the thyroid is going to suffer during really restrictive diets. So you want to really prioritize your zinc and your iodine. If you're not getting it in your food, you need to be getting it through another source. Omega-3 fatty acids are super important for cardiovascular health, and you will be deficient in that if you are leaving out whole groups of fish. And lastly, fiber and B vitamins can be low if you are leaving out legumes. I would also not be eating legumes during my bodybuilding days, and honestly, if I were to do prep again, I probably would include it more. It can just cause some digestive issues, but make sure you are getting that fiber and you are getting that B12. I'm going to do another video on the importance of different supplements and what they do for you, and watch out for that. But again, you need to be very careful when you're on these clean diets because it often eliminates whole food groups. And when you do that, it can really mess with your metabolism and it can mess with your health. Another reason why clean eating might be bad for you is the very idea of clean eating versus not clean eating, or good eating versus bad eating, or good foods, bad foods. This is going to cause a problem, and it can actually cause an eating disorder. It can lead to binging and other issues. Whenever we think about things in that polarized sense, it tends not to be good. And that's pretty much true with life, right? Like anytime we have an all or nothing mindset, it is not profitable. So it's beneficial to think about things in a more global picture and think about food as nutrients. So remember, we've talked about how to schedule and structure your nutrition program through protein and carbs and fat, also called your macros, and calories. Now, when you have a food item that has protein and carbs and fat, whether it's good or bad. So if you want to have a slice of pizza and feel like a normal person, then you have that slice of pizza. I did a video on that right here. I encourage it. It's going to be good for you mentally. It's not good to have this all or nothing mindset. And it's not good to put food in different boxes because it can lead to that disordered eating. And you want to make sure that if you have a chocolate, you don't think of yourself as bad because you had bad food. Or if you want to eat that burger and fries, you're not bad. That food isn't bad. It's just higher in fats. And you need to account for that in your nutrition. So just realize that you need to be really careful about labeling food good or bad. The last coach I worked with for my prep was the only coach I've worked with that allowed me to eat whatever I wanted. I just had to keep it within my macros. So I had a goal of protein, carbs, and fat. And the benefit of that was that I could be more flexible. Now, obviously, the more whole foods you eat, the better. And I, talked about this before with bodybuilding. You have to be very wise about leaving out whole food groups and therefore taking the appropriate supplementation to account for that. But more importantly, there weren't bad foods and good foods. So if I wanted to go and have a burger with my family during prep, I could do that, and I would account for it in my macros, and I would account for it in my meal plan. And it just made life more sustainable. Not only in order for me to be, a normal person with my family and not bring my food with me everywhere I went, but also to just not create that psychological problem of labeling food as bad and good. You want to be really careful about that one. The important thing is to eat more healthy food, be more conscious of eating more leafy greens and having more proteins, and trying to eat the spectrum of all the food that's out there. Eat the rainbow, they say. Go to the grocery store and try to get all the different colors of foods. The more color a food has, generally speaking, the more nutritious it is. So get all of that, but then really think about possibly supplementing with vitamins and multivitamin as well. And like I said, I'm going to do another video on that. So be watching out for that on different supplements that I recommend on a daily basis and also on a seasonal basis, because sometimes we have seasons of our life where we do need to cut out whole food groups where otherwise we wouldn't, and we need to account for that differently. And if you want to lose weight, the big picture is you have to be in a calorie deficit. So just like I said, I had a coach, my last bodybuilding show, who did not have a list of foods that, you have to eat off this and you can't eat off that. So he said, this is, you have these macros, these protein, carbs, and fat, and this is your caloric goal for the week, and structure it kind of the way you want. And that is very beneficial. And the point of that is you still will lose fat and you still will lose weight because you're in a caloric deficit. The key is it's not the food item that makes you lose weight. There's no magic food out there that makes you lose weight. It's the caloric deficit that makes you lose weight. And in order to make sure you're in a caloric deficit, you do need to account for your calories. So the best way to do that is to use a fitness app. I like to use MyFitnessPal. It's very helpful. And I have a video on how to do that right here and how to structure your macros. But if you don't want to do that, and you're like, I don't even want to track my food, it's too much, it's fine. track it indirectly. So you can also track how your progress is. If you want to just kind of have an intuitive feeling about it, you need to just, take your measurements, like your weight, your photos, maybe take some measurements of like your abs, and do that maybe once a week and see if that changes. And if it changes for good, you're on the right path. And if it changes for bad, then you need to reassess and change things up so you get to where you want to be. Those are things that you can do. And again, I don't recommend this mindset of clean eating and not clean eating, okay? Because that does create that polarized mentality, and that can be very dangerous. And like I said, it can also result in nutrient deficiency. So just be wise about it. Have an understanding that moderation is key in life, and that's what's going to get you to the successful result that you want to have. So if you have any questions, I'm always here. Please comment if you have any questions about what is clean food, what isn't clean food, or if you tried to do a clean diet and then had some negative consequences as a result. Let me know your thoughts. I'm always curious to hear what your journey is and what your experience is. As always, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more content. I'm going to be putting out more content on nutrients specifically very soon, and I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and like, comment, and share this video if it was a blessing to you. Here's another video for you to watch. Have a blessed day.